Hey guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance on my other channel. On this channel, I talk about other things, like today, when I'll be reviewing the new Nollywood film coming to cinemas in Nigeria on June 6th, but will also be in cinemas in the UK, Canada, and America real soon, Red Circle. When a young woman stumbles on a criminal case, she does everything within her power to uncover a powerful secret syndicate. But the deeper she goes, the more she puts the people she cares about at risk. Red Circle is written by Abdul Tijani-Ahmed and produced by Nora, Awolowo, and directed by Akay Mason. Now, I think we can all agree that this is the most highly anticipated Nollywood film of 2025. They've been marketing this film since last year, and the marketing of this movie has been brilliant and very creative. We can all learn a thing or two from how they've been marketing this movie. And I saw the film on May 29th at a special screening at Purple Mall. The I Said What I Said community had its very first film club meeting, and it was for this film, Red Circle. And it was kind of a special event because we saw the movie with the stars of the film and the makers of the film. And I think I'll dive more into that towards the end of this review. Let's begin now with the performances. Let me change my hat real quick because all this red, I'm looking like a cultist. So let's switch it up a bit, please. All right, so Folu storms. Folu plays Fikayo Holloway in this movie, a lifestyle journalist who has aspirations, right? She wants to do more with her life. And Folu's performance was really good. I think this is the biggest starring role that I've seen Folu in personally. And she did a really good job. There was a lot demanded from this character because she's a happy kid normally, or a happy person normally, but the incidents in this film just pull her in several directions. So she has an interesting character arc in the movie. The person Fikayo Holloway is at the end of the film is not the same person she was at the beginning of the film, and I really liked that. And Folu did an interview on I Said What I Said, the podcast, a few weeks ago, and she talked about how actors have to go into like dark places and some deep places to extract a really good performance sometimes. And while watching her in this film, I understood that because there was a lot demanded from Folu to become Fikayo Holloway. Next, let me talk about Omowunmi Dada, who plays Venita in this film. She's also a happy person in this movie, a lovable character, and Omowunmi Dada does do a really good job in the film. She's not the character is not the brightest individual because she doesn't make the best choices. Yeah, this is one of those films where you find yourself like almost talking to the screen and trying to communicate with the characters on screen to get them to do the right thing. And I think with this film, I had that feeling the most with Venita, Omowunmi Dada's character. Next, let me talk about Lateef Adedimeji, who plays the character Uchisco in this film. I think his was for me the best performance, or maybe was the most likable character. His character in this film reminded me of his character in Breaded Life, who is like this area father, right? And he's controlling things in the hood and everything, and he's interesting and he's likable. Many of the characters in this film are likable, to be honest. But he plays that type of character really well. As we were watching, the people sitting beside me or around me were saying that he's so good playing an area boy. Next, Mike Afolarin. He plays Gidibo in this movie. Also kind of like somebody in the hood, one of the guys in the ghetto, right? And he's also quite good. He's quite good in this film, if I'm being honest. And Mike showcases his versatility as an actor in this film. I don't know if I've seen him play this type of character before. So he has most of his scenes with Lateef Adedimeji, and they work really well together. And I was thinking about the actors in this film, and a few of them were in House of Ga, because Lateef Adedimeji was in House of Ga, Mike was in House of Ga. Also, the next person I'm going to talk about, Femi Branch. He was Ga himself in House of Ga, and he was in this film. He is Chief Holloway. He's a powerful character, and to be honest, nothing, because I don't know if he's not typecast, but I think in many of the films I've seen Femi Branch in, he plays like a father, and he's somehow powerful, whether he's powerful in terms of his influence or because of the job or role he occupies, or he's a rich man like he is in this film. But he's a powerful character, And he has an interesting dynamic with a few other characters in this film, a couple of characters in this film. Tobi Bakre is in the movie as well. He's also interesting. Ibrahim Suleiman was also really good in this film. Was a different type of Ibrahim Suleiman. Ibrahim Suleiman is usually the likable guy in other projects and other movies and whatnot. But in this film, oh my goodness, you will hate Ibrahim Suleiman's character in this movie, Red Circle. Finally, special mention to Patrick Diabuah. He's someone's boss in the film. And the relationship that he has with this someone was interesting. He played that boss really well, and the dynamic that the boss and the employee have is something to behold.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I do have a quick message I want to pass across. Please do me a favor and like this video by clicking on the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. From my analytics, it shows that most of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. Many of you don't like. You can even look at the like count and see how low it is. So please help with the engagement, because engagement helps YouTube videos and YouTube channels perform better. So be sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to share this video with anyone who you feel might enjoy it as well. Thank you so much. Now let's head back to the video.
What I liked the acting in this film. The acting in this film was quite good, given that it's a suspense drama, a suspense thriller, whatever the genre is. The acting all around was quite good, and it felt like while they were making this film, everyone knew what was at stake. Everyone knew that this was a big deal, so everyone brought their A game. I also liked the costuming. The outfits in this film, they're nice. They're nice to look at. Nothing was underwhelming. Nothing was over the top either. And they incorporated red here and there in the film, which felt quite appropriate given the name of the movie. Speaking of the name of the movie, that's another thing I liked. I liked that in the film, I don't recall anyone saying the red circle. I don't recall hearing that. Because if they had done that, if anyone had said that, it would have felt a bit like a cliche. It would have felt a bit contrived that, oh, yeah, we are the red circle. Yeah, so I don't think I heard it. I'm going to see the movie again because I felt like I missed one or two things. I also liked, and this is probably the final point, the plot twist in the film. There's at least one big plot twist in the movie, which I don't think any of us in the hall saw coming. What I didn't like how at certain points in the film, they'd go from one thing to the next thing in a very sudden or jarring manner. At certain points while watching, I felt like there should have been something in between two scenes, at a few points in the film. Like, there should have been a nice transition to go from this thing to the next thing, right? But those transitions weren't there. And I found myself wondering if it was that they didn't film those transitions or those moments that should have been between two other moments, or they actually filmed those moments, but they were taken out in editing. Anyway, I also did not like the character development for some of the characters in this film, because you get really invested in a few characters in this movie, only for them to not really do those characters justice towards the end of the film, or even at different points in the film, because there's one character that is built up to be the Don, this person doesn't take rubbish and everything, and like all hell is going to break loose if you mess with this character. But then something happens to someone and that character should go bananas, but the character doesn't go bananas. So yeah, I went off on a tangent. So character development, I felt, was a bit of an issue with this film. Who should see it? See Red Circle, first of all, if you're above the age of 16, because there are some raunchy scenes in this movie, man. Also, see Red Circle if you enjoyed King of Boys. If you enjoyed King of Boys, you enjoy this film as well, because it's the whole like crime syndicate thing. Also, if any of your faves are in this movie, and chances are at least one of your faves is in this star-studded film. Also, if you liked the marketing, and let's be honest, many of us are going to see this film because the marketing of this film was so brilliant, and because it's going to be the talk of the town and you don't want to be left out. The FOMO that will hit you if you don't see this film will be next level. It's a really good film, and there are so many reasons to see it. In conclusion, I think Red Circle is a really good popcorn film. It's a great time at the cinema. It's a good film to see in a hall full of Nigerians, if my experience is anything to go by. And I think this film is going to be one of the defining movies of 2025. People are going to be talking about this movie for a while to come. I rate this film, Red Circle, 3.5 jollofs over 5. Now, I want to quickly shout out the I Said What I Said community, because I did see this at a special screening for the community. So I Said What I Said. Jola and FK have been talking about doing a film club for a while, and this was the very first film club meeting of a few members of the community or listeners of the podcast gathering together to see an awesome film. So it was lots of fun to see this film with like-minded people and people who share the common interest of the podcast. And I saw it sitting amongst friends of mine. Like I said, I had Tuke on my left and Praise and Banke on the right. And we had interesting conversations while the movie was going on, as did lots of other people in the hall, because it's one of those films that will just get you active and talking at the screen and talking to the person sitting next to you. So that was really awesome. Shout out to FK Jaws and Debbie Romeo for putting together the film club and organizing this screening in conjunction with the makers of the film, some of whom I met that night. I met the director of the movie, Akay Mason, who surprisingly has watched one of my at least one of my reviews of a film he's done, Love in the Pandemic, which was a film I really enjoyed in 2023. He said he's seen that review, and I was quite flattered. It meant a lot to me. What's up, Akay Mason? I also met the co-producer and co-writer of the film, Abdul Tijani-Ahmed, who also is aware of my movie reviews. Awesome fellow as well, awesome guy. And I met Nora Awolowo. I want to take a moment to acknowledge Nora Awolowo. I've met her before, but it was a brief meeting, but we got to chat a little bit, and I think I did take a selfie with Nora at the screening. Nora Awolowo, I want to shout her out because she's a hardworking filmmaker. She's in a male-dominated field. She's really excelling. I'm really glad that she's getting the attention that she's getting. She won an AMVCA 2 or 3 years ago for a documentary. I think she won Best Documentary. I think the name of her documentary is Baby Blue. And I want to know where I can actually watch that documentary. Please, if you're watching this, any of you, not Nora herself, although I should have asked Nora this that night, if anyone watching knows where I can watch Nora's documentary, please let me know. I'd like to watch her documentary. But shout out to Nora for all the awesome things that have been happening in her life of late, including this film Red Circle. Because if you've been following the promotion, Nora has been popping up here and there. She's really instrumental to, amongst other key players, to make sure that we hear about this film in a big way. So shout out to her and all the things she's accomplished. Nora, take your flowers. You deserve it. Can't wait to see all the awesome things you're going to do in the future. I think I've acknowledged everyone that I saw that evening. Folu, who is actually a friend of mine. She's the star of this film. Big ups, Folu. Mind blown. I was mind blown. And I told Folu that I wanted to hug Fikayo. That's the character in this film. Her character in this film. And I just felt like she was put through a lot while making this film, because it looked like it was really demanding and really draining, but in a good way, in a way that ensured that Folu gave her best into the performance and to the movie. But shout out, Folu. I'm in awe of your talent. Quick one about Folu as well. Folu has done so many things in this life. I've been following Folu for years, since she was on MTV Base many years ago. And then from there, she would move to Inspiration FM, Smooth FM. I listened to her when she was on both radio stations. Now she's acting and doing these big things. She also has a podcast on YouTube called The Stormcast. Check it out. And she still practices law. She's a lawyer by training. Folu is a multi-talented woman, and I'm in awe of all the amazing things that she's also accomplished in life. Shout outs to the women and the men, of this film Red Circle. Shout out to everyone. Also shout out to Omowunmi Dada for being Omowunmi Dada, because she's just generally awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I've rambled a bit, but I think it was for a good cause. If you enjoyed this review, please like it by clicking on the like button just underneath the video, and subscribe to my channel as well by clicking on the black subscribe button. On this channel, I don't just do Nollywood movie reviews. Sometimes I talk about other things. So check out some of my past reviews. You can click the card in the corner of the screen. If you've seen Red Circle, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. No spoilers, so we don't ruin it for everyone else. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been awesome. I will see you in the next one. Take care.